Good afternoon, everyone. As usual, I will be given just a minute to allow you guys to comment before we start the business of the day. But even as we wait for the 1 minute, just want to use this opportunity to ask each and every one of you, how has your day been? Those at work, working remotely, those that work in the office and those working remotely, how are things going on with you guys? Hope things are moving on smoothly. Um, how is the weather? Today's weather here is a bit conducive. Unlike I think last week or last week, we've got days that the weathers were somehow unfavorably. But of course, today is a bit better. And I can see from my attendees list a list of some familiar names. You guys are welcome once again. Like I said 1 minute ago, that I will just be given a minute to allow you guys to come in. I guess I will just take it up from here, even as people keep joining us. Good afternoon once again and welcome. For those of you guys that are joining us for the first time, my name is Kalba Esahaya, and I'm the training coordinator with the Temple Small Business Development Center. At the Temple Small Business Development Center helps small business start and grow. We offer free one-on-one consulting and a variety of low to no-cost webinars. We are proud to be part of the nationally accredited network of the Small Business Development Centers, which has over 1,000 networks across the United States. We're here this afternoon for a webinar on Canva's Basics to Basic Digital Marketing Design. A copy of the PowerPoint and a link to the recording will be sent to all the attendees. Being a webinar, all the attendees have been muted. However, we always encourage you guys to drop your questions on the Q&A or the chat box. Today is a very, very good day. Now, the main reason why I said it is a good day is because I've got two great presenters in our midst. Without further ado, please allow me to welcome Rachel and Cassie, even as it takes over the floor for the presentation. Rachel and Cassie, you guys are welcome.
Thank you so much, Garba, and welcome everyone to Canva Basics for Digital Marketing Design. I'm so happy to have you all. I love Canva so much, so I'm super excited to be able to give this webinar to you guys. So hopefully you can love Canva as much as I do. So I know Garba gave a little breakdown of the Temple SBDC. I am just gonna, talk a little bit more about how great the center is. We're hosted by the Fox School of Business, and we've been serving the small businesses of Philadelphia, Eastern Montgomery, and Lower Bucks counties since 1983. We aim to be a place where all members of our business community can grow, thrive, and develop. We prioritize diversity, equity, and inclusion to ensure that everyone is part of a positive and respectful environment, which is a benefit to the whole small business community when we can surround ourselves with lots of different perspectives. So we offer some truly wonderful services at the SBDC. If this is your first time interacting with us, I just want to take a moment to give you a breakdown of some of the fantastic services that we're offering. We do one-on-one consulting. And what's special about SBDC's consulting is it's not one-off. Your consultant stays your consultant for as long as you want to work with SBDC. So they check in with you regularly, and you're really able to develop a relationship with your consultant. And they really act as your advisor. They're all amazing small business experts. And consultants can help you. There's examples on the screen here. They can help you with a host of small business considerations. So think business planning, marketing, research, financial management, procurement. It really runs the gamut of what your consultant can help you with. And we also offer other services along with the consulting. So we offer tons of training programs and webinars, just like the one that you are attending today. We offer training on everything from choosing the different type of business that you want to go into. So if you want to do an LLC or a corporation. We also do training on social media, cybersecurity, and website creation. Really a bunch of stuff. So take a look at all of our upcoming webinars for sure. We also provide website, social media, and SEO audits through our Pennsylvania Digital Transformation and E-commerce program. You'll hear it referred to as PADTEP, and that can help businesses all across the state. And we do website creation services through that program as well. And we'll talk about PADTEP in a little bit more detail later. So I am Rachel, and I am the marketing and communication specialist here at the SBDC. I've been here for just over a year. I actually just celebrated my 1-year anniversary on Tuesday. So super excited. I love it here at the SBDC. I love being able to help small businesses. I have a bachelor's degree in advertising, and I am finishing up my MBA in December. Really soon, actually. I'm super excited to be done with my MBA. I am a Canva fanatic. I use Canva every single day in my job here at the SBDC, and I also use it in my personal life. I recently just made an invitation for a bridal shower for one of my girlfriends. So I use Canva for everything. I've lived in Philly for 8 years, and I just love all of the unique small businesses in the city, and I'm just constantly exploring. And I'm going to have Cassie Fly here too. She is one of our e-commerce consultants here at the SBDC. I'm going to pass it over to her so that she can introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. And yes, thanks for coming. I do know that Rachel loves Canva, and I love Canva too. It is really wonderful for not only like business related items, but also personal life. I make my resume on there. I've made a billion things on Canva, and it is wonderful for just about everything. So really excited to hear about it. I will be answering questions in the chat and bringing some questions up to Rachel. So feel free as you go through, if you have questions, put them in the chat or the Q&A, and I'd be happy to look at those and answer those in the Q&A. I am originally from Texas, where I got my undergrad in business, moved to Pennsylvania, got my master's in business, and then I started working with I worked for 5 years in property management prior to that. And then I started working in consulting and now specialize in e-commerce and work on the PadTech team. So I help with doing those SEO audits, website audits, evaluating your website, and social media audits. So pretty much evaluating all of your digital marketing. So if you have any questions about that, we will be going over PadTech and what it does or what we do at the end. And so we will go over that. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And during the presentation, if you have any questions, let me know. I will be answering those.
Perfect. Thank you so, so much, Cassie. I'm so happy to have her here so that she can answer questions while I present to you guys. So what are we going to be going over? What's our agenda? So what are we going to be tackling, Well, we're going to be talking about Canva, obviously, what it is, what it does, how you can use it. We're going to compare the free version and the paid version. And we're going to talk about what you can make in Canva and what I recommend you avoid making in Canva. We're going to walk you through creating an account, and we'll talk about the different templates available. And then we're actually going to dive into Canva. I'm going to share my screen and show you Canva, and we'll play around with the platform so that you can see how it works. And then I'm going to talk about some great options for free images if the one in Canva aren't cutting it for you, go over some tips and tricks, and then finally we will jump into how to make videos and GIFs. So what is Canva? It is a free to use online graphic design tool. You're going to hear me stress the free part quite a bit in this conversation, in this presentation, because they have a paid version and the paid version is great, but the free version is awesome. They push the paid version quite a bit, but you don't have to upgrade if you don't want to. You can use the free version. What makes Canva different from other graphic design tools is how easy and how accessible it is. It's intuitive, drag and drop, so it makes it really easy to pick up. There are other graphic design tools, of course, but they're not nearly as simple to pick up, and there's a much steeper learning curve. Canva, you really can pick it up pretty quickly. I use Canva for almost all of the SBDC graphics, and I am by no means a graphic design aficionado. So if I can use it, you guys can definitely use it. It has hundreds of thousands of templates that you can choose from. So you don't have to build your designs from scratch. You can if you want to, you absolutely can, but you don't have to. The templates are amazing and they have templates for almost everything. So like I mentioned, Canva is free, but they do have paid versions. Here at the SBDC, we use Canva Pro, but before I worked here, I used the free version for a long, long time. The free version is great. It is an absolutely dependable tool for small business owners that are on a tight budget. Again, I told you I'm going to stress it, and I really, really will. The free version is fantastic. With that being said, there are some amazing features in the Canva Pro version that you just don't have access to in the free version. There's things like magic resize, which lets you resize a graphic instantly. So say you have a Facebook post and you want to resize it for Instagram. In the Pro version, it'll automatically resize it for you. They also have something called background remover. So say you have a picture like this of me and you want to get rid of all of the background and you just want to have me, it can do that instantly. And you don't have access to that in the free version. The big thing is that Canva Pro also lets you create brand kits, and we'll go into those a little bit more, but a kit lets you save a color palette, fonts, logos, so it makes sure that you have cohesive branding in all of your graphics. If you have the extra cash and you think you'd benefit from Canva Pro, you can upgrade. It is $120 a year or $13 a month. But it's also easy to switch from Pro or from the free version to Pro. So you can always test out the free version, and if it's not cutting it, then you can upgrade. But again, the free version is awesome, awesome, awesome. And then you'll also see here Canva for Teams. That's like for much larger organizations. I think everyone here would be good with Pro. That's what we use. This is going to break down like a little deeper dive about the differences between free and pro. I think if I had to pick the biggest benefit to having the pro version, it's the access that you get to free stock photos. With the free version, you have 200,000 free photos, but you get a big, big jump to 71 million photos in Canva Pro. And Canva knows its audience. It knows that you guys are small business owners. So a lot of the like businessy imagery, that's only available in Pro. But if you find a stock photo that you love that is like Pro, you're not totally out of luck. You can use it. You just have to pay $1 for it. So you can use the Pro versions, you just don't get them for free. You have to pay each time that you choose a different Pro image. And you also get a lot more storage with Pro, more fonts, more like animation effects. So it's really, the idea is with Pro, you just get a lot more of everything. You just get more of it. But again, the free version is great. And like I said, it is super easy to switch from the free to the pro. So if you're like thinking about what you want to do, I recommend starting with the free version. If it's not cutting it, you can always upgrade, but there's no need. You don't have to jump right in right away. Another big thing is folders. Canva, which you'll see when we go in, it can get a little bit messy when you start to create lots and lots of files. So having the unlimited folders, it is nice to have a lot of folders. And in the free version, you only have 2 folders. So obviously there are other graphic design tools out there. Some of the best known ones are the Adobe Creative Suite. I'm sure you've heard of Photoshop. Now I absolutely love Canva, I really do. And it's my go-to thing for creating things like flyers, invitations, social media graphics, a lot of other stuff. But the Creative Suite does have its place. Canva doesn't have the capability for like professional photo editing. It lets you add filters. So if you've ever been on like Instagram and you're adding a filter to like make your skin look a little nicer, Canva has stuff like that, but it's not going to work for serious photo editing. So like, for example, a wedding photographer is never going to choose Canva over Photoshop because it's just not going to cut it. It just doesn't have the tools needed for high quality professional photo editing. The other thing is you're not going to choose Canva over Illustrator if you're a logo designer. And I'll go into that a little bit more in just a little bit, but there's a time and a place for other graphic design tools, but for small business digital marketing, Canva is totally sufficient for almost everything. Like I said, we use it for almost everything. But there is a time and a place. But just be aware that the Creative Suite does have that learning curve. It's not drag and drop. It's not as easy to use. I have been using them for a while and I still can get like kind of tripped up with them. So it's definitely not like a just jump in and use it right away. So what can you create in Canva? So we use Canva for almost everything. This is just a small sampling of some of the stuff that we've created. You can see our PadTap flyer up in the top there. That is a double-sided flyer. We send that out in emails. We also have printed it. Below that is our organization chart. So that is something that wasn't a template. We made that from scratch. We have some PadTap social media posts, some invitations, event graphics. We've even done larger posters or business cards and Instagram stories. And what's special about Canva is that it has all of the sizes built in. So if you want to make an Instagram post, you don't have to like Google the dimensions. You can just search Instagram in Canva, and then Canva populates the correct size for you. So you don't have to like figure out how to fit it in. You can just say, Canva, I'm making an Instagram post, and it'll populate the right size for you. So.
Oh, Rachel, we have just one question.
Oh,
and
yeah, fantastic.
I believe PadTap actually does this. The question was from Small Biz Philly. It's a good question. Do you provide one-on-one coaching tutorials for using Canva? And in the past, I know that the PadTap program has helped with digital marketing in the sense that if there's a basic question, maybe we can send you the answer via email. But if you need some help on figuring out how to do something, then maybe we can just have a short Zoom call and help you do that. So you can always reach out to us through PadTap and request some help. And maybe it's a quick email, or maybe it does require a Zoom meeting, and we can help with that. You will actually get that information on how to contact PadTap. Or if you already have a consultant through PadTap, you can reach out to them as well.
Yeah, perfect. And like Cassie said, I mean, she also loves Canva, so our consultants are fantastic. They will definitely be able to help you out. So back into the presentation. Do we have any more questions, Cassie?
We actually have one more, and
perfect.
I'll let you answer this one. Who owns Canva Designs if you are selling products such as greeting cards or invitations?
So you can use Canva for commercial use. Anything that you have in Canva you can use. The one thing that you have to be careful of is their stock photos. They can't be used in like, if you were to use a stock photo in like a logo and sort of edit it, that's not allowed. So if you create a design or you use a template, it's free to use. You can sell it, you can use it in commercial use, but you have to be careful with the stock photos. You can't change the stock photos or like implement them into some type of logo. So I hope that answers your question. But the stock photos, like if you use them just like in a flyer, you can absolutely use them. We do that all the time.
Thanks.
Yep. So my one big no with Canva is logos. I know that sucks because it would be nice to create a logo in Canva, but there's a really important reason why I don't think you should try and create your Canva or your logos in Canva. And it's because you can't create vector images, and your logo should be a vector image. Normal graphics are made with pixels, but a vector is made with points, lines, and curves. And I'm not going to go into the whole computer generation behind it. But what that means is that no matter the size or how far you zoom in or zoom out, the image is going to still remain smooth. It won't get blurry and it won't get jagged or pixelated. Most images that you download in Canva are going to be PNGs or JPEGs. And since those are made with pixels, if you scale them up too much, then they will start to get blurry. They'll start to get pixelated. You can see our PadTep logo here. And one of them is clearly blurry and the other one is much sharper. If it was your logo, which one would you want representing your brand? I know I definitely would want the clear, crisp logo. The other reason that I don't recommend Canva for logos is that it has a lot of pre-made logo templates. It does, but it also has 75 million users, which makes it basically impossible to use a logo template that another business hasn't already used. If there is ever a time to hire a graphic designer, a logo is definitely when you would want to do that. You can find specialized logo designers for reasonable prices, and then you have the ability to oversee the entire creative process. So you can make sure that you get a unique logo that you love and that makes sense for your business and that stands out from other logos and logo templates that you'll see on Canva. So it's super, super easy to create a Canva account. If you haven't been in Canva, I'm just going to quickly walk you through the process. You can create a Canva account in less than 5 minutes, and you just go to your preferred internet browser and go to canva.com. And once you're there, you just click the sign up button at the top there. Once you click sign up, this dialog box is going to pop up and it'll prompt you to sign up with Google, Facebook, or your email. You just choose whatever method you prefer and then complete the sign up process. And then you get immediate access to Canva and all its design features. If you hit continue another way, then it just gives you the option to create an account with an Apple ID, a Microsoft account, or Clever, which is like a digital learning platform that's used by schools. So most of you probably don't have that, but you might have an Apple ID or a Microsoft account. It's really up to you. You can use, you can create your account however you want, whatever's easiest for you. We've created our account with Google, but I have a personal account that I use with my email. It's really up to you. So when you're in Canva, this is how you're going to find all of the different templates. Like I said, they really do have templates for almost everything. You can use the search bar in the top and search for specific items. So if you already know what you want, say you're like, oh, I need to make an Instagram story, you can start to type Instagram and it'll pop up and then you can just pull it up. But you can also just bop around and get inspired by all the different things. They have social media cover photos and infographics, labels, graphs, email header photos. You could really spend a long time just searching through their templates and figuring out different inspiration. So I'm going to open up Canva and we can take a look and sort of see what's going on in there. Do we have any questions before I do that?
Yeah, we have one question. Courtney asked, are you able to access your account on your phone if you initially created your account on a computer?
Yeah, absolutely. And Canva actually it's pretty easy to use on your phone. Obviously, it's not as easy to use like if you're on a desktop, because it's just much smaller. But yeah, you can create an account on desktop and then use the same login on your phone and vice versa. And yeah, I have definitely, in a pinch, I have made graphics that I'm sure some of you have even seen on our social media accounts. I've made them on my phone. So you can definitely use your phone, totally workable. It's just a little, if you're learning, I would recommend using your desktop just because it's a little easier. It's got a larger space. It's a little easier to like be able to click instead of like tap, but you can definitely use your phone and log in both ways.
One other thing, someone had mentioned that they knew that nonprofits can actually upgrade to Pro for free. I didn't know that. So that's good information. And then someone asked, how do you set up your nonprofit? I'm assuming they were referring to earlier in the chat when someone mentioned that you can upgrade to Pro for free as a nonprofit. I'm not sure how you would set up that, maybe reaching out to your nonprofit. Do you know the answer to that?
I don't off the top of my head. That is correct. If you're a nonprofit, then you can create the account for free, the Pro, you do get access. But I did not create our account, so I'm not totally sure. I imagine that you would have to, I mean, I worked on getting like nonprofit discounts for other platforms, and I had to provide paperwork. So that is, I want to guess that you probably have to provide some type of proof that you're a nonprofit, but I don't know for sure, unfortunately.
And that is all the questions for now.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a second and pull up Canva. Sorry, just 1 second. All right, so this is Canva. This is what it looks like when you log in. This is your home screen. And this is actually the SBDC's account. So you might get a look at some of the stuff we've been working on. So I'm going to show you just how to sort of search around. I'll show you the different things and then we can really dig in. So if you hit templates over here, it'll take you to all the different templates. You can scroll, it'll give you recommendations. It will show you things that are trending, new designs, videos, which we'll go into a little bit later. It has logos, like I said, but you all know how I feel about the logos. Instagram posts, it really has everything. And then you can also search here. So it'll come up with like different, it'll like recommend different searches. So for us, let's make an Instagram post. And what you could do, there's a couple different ways. You can scroll through and see, oh, here's a bunch of different Instagram templates, but you can also create a blank Instagram. So this is, and you can see it's the perfect Instagram size. It's already sized for you. And then what I like is you can also search for templates here. So you can see ones that you've recently used. You can see all the ones that you sort of saw in that page before, and you can also search. So say you're like a bakery and you want to search for like cookie. Then you can do something and be like, oh, you know what? I love this. And then you have a cookie Instagram, and then you can change all of this. So let's say you want to change it from chocolate cookies to chocolate chip, and you just type it in. And say you don't love the font here, you can just highlight it And then you can look at different fonts. So maybe you like this one, maybe you like this one, and you just find something that you like, and you can change everything. Everything is editable. So maybe you prefer this color. You can do that, and you can change the colors. If you want to, you can delete. This is if you left click, it gives you all of these different options. So you can delete. And then you can go over here and you can go to photos. And these are all the different photo options that they have. And you can search for photos. So you want cookies. And wow, look at this. I like this picture way better. And then you can put it in here. And this looks nice. But what I love about Canva is it also lets you get rid of sort of the blockiness that images have by, if you go into elements over here, and what elements are, it's like the lines and shapes, the different graphics, it has stickers. But what it also has is frames, and you might have to search for it, but you can also search up here. So you can search for frames. You can find it anyway. But you can choose frames. You can see them all. And they have so many. So say you want it to, I don't like this square look. I want it to be a circle. So I'm going to put the circle here, and I'm going to drag that picture into the circle. And now you have this perfect little circle, and you can like double click on the image, and then it'll give you the whole image, and you can move it around. So you can kind of find the right spot for you. Really cool, right? Do we have any questions before I keep going? I just want to make sure.
We had one or a few. One was that once you made a post to Instagram, how can you repost it to a Facebook account? And I know that you can actually connect your Facebook and your Instagram to Canva. So once you've connected them to Canva, you can actually post from Canva.
Yeah, if you go here, if you go to share, this is where you would download your design, and you can also hit share on social and connect your social media platforms and post directly from Canva. Fair warning with that, and if you haven't taken some of our social media basics webinars, I really recommend it. There is definitely a benefit to having a full social media schedule. And depending on the time that you post things, you'll get more engagement or less. So having a social media schedule is very nice. And the schedule portion is only available in the Pro. But there are free social media schedulers. Buffer is a great one. So you can post directly, but you would have to do it right at the time that you're like in Canva, or you can download, and you can choose the different ways that you want to download. So say you want a JPEG, or say you want a PDF, you could choose what you want and then just hit download, and it'll download it for you, and then you can schedule it.
One other question was, maybe you could show how you could, switch out a photo with one from your computer and upload it. So maybe instead of like the cookie photo, you could upload a picture of your own.
Absolutely, yeah. So here's what I'll do. I am gonna go and search for, I'm gonna go on Unsplash, and I'll talk to you guys about these like free image section, like these free image options in a little bit. But we can go and search on Unsplash, which is a like internet like sourced stock photo place, and these are free to use. Search for cookies and say, I love this one. Oh my goodness, this is perfect. So I'm going to download it. And then I go back to Canva. I go to uploads, and you can see we have tons of we have tons of images here. Upload a file. and then you can choose a file from your own files, and then it'll upload right here. And then you can drag that. And you can do that with, obviously, if you want to use the free photo services that are out there, you can, but you can also, if you have your own photos, you can just upload them right from your computer.
And you can do the same thing with video, correct?
Yes, you can absolutely do the same thing with video. You can upload files, but you can also, and we'll go into this in a little bit too, we have a whole section on video, don't worry. But you can also record yourself. So you can, if you don't have video, but you want to like take a recording, you can record yourself and upload it straight into Canva too. All right, cool. Other things you can do is you can move things around. So say you want your website up at the top, you can move it there. And if you see while I'm moving, you see all these lines popping up. Those are grid lines. So they sort of help you make sure everything is centered. So when you get that line right there, like it's right in the center and it's just a straight, not perforated line, that means you're right in the center of the frame. But you can also click on an element and go to position, and you can align it like that. So you can put it in the middle, or you can put it in the center, or you can top align or bottom align. So you can make sure that everything's looking nice and sharp and in the right space. So you can also, like I said, change picture, change colors, and this is a good time. These are the brand kits that I mentioned a little earlier. With the free version, I believe you can only have one brand kit, but you can choose the different colors that you want. So say you already have brand colors that you want to work with, you can add them to your brand kit, and you can do that by searching for the specific hex code. If you have been used to using other graphic design tools, you might need to convert like if you don't have the hex code, you just might have to convert it to the hex code, and you can do that on Google. You just search like the name and then the hex code, and you'll be good to go. So say you have like the Pantone, you can just put the Pantone in and then ask for the hex code in Google, and it'll give it to you, and then you can put it in here. You can also use the eyedropper function. So say you love this like deep chocolatey brown, then you can choose a picture or choose a color right from there, and it'll pull the color right from the photo, and you just use the eyedropper function for that. So I'm going to quickly run through these just one more time to make sure that you know where everything is. So you have the templates. You can find just a bunch of different templates, or you can search for specific ones. It's really up to you, get inspiration. You can also, if you see up here, you can duplicate the page or add a page without all the other elements, and then you can start from scratch. So then you can go into this elements section and start to design on your own if you wanted to. So, and you can pull and put them directly where you want, or you can just click and they'll put them wherever, and then you can move them around. And you can find different shapes. They have the lines, they have all the different shapes, and you can change the colors on these. As I said, like you can make it pink and then change the other color to brown. And you can change all the colors for most of the elements. You might not be able, there are some graphics that are like very specific, like they won't let you change them. This of course is not, when you try and find one, you can't find it, but they do have graphics that like you can't change, or like stickers. These are like little like GIFs almost. You've seen them on Instagram probably. These you can't edit. You can't change the color on these. But most of the elements you can change the color. You can move it around, make it smaller. It's really up to you what you can do. Uploads is where you can put your own. So you can come in here and you just click upload a file, or if you're trying to record, you can record yourself, and you can upload. We have tons of different uploads. Oh my goodness, look at, that's me. So you can upload your own photos and your own stuff into Canva. Text, these are text templates, so you can search the text for different like options, and it'll give you the names of different fonts that you might already, if you like know a font off the top of your head that you want to use. But you can also use these different like text templates. So you can choose this like cute fresh baked if we're going with the sort of cookie vibe, and then you already have this built in, and you can change the content of it to a different. Whoop. And then all you have to do, see that's too big, you can go up here and you just make it smaller, or you can search and find one that's smaller. Photos, you can, these are where you're going to find those like stock photos that I talked about. You can see if something's pro or not because it has the little crown on it. So if you're trying to, what they won't let you do is they don't let you filter out pro. So that is a bummer. So just be aware when you're searching for things, you might think you found the perfect picture and then you're like, oh shoot, it is a pro version and you can't filter those out. So just be aware.
Hey, Rachel.
Yes.
I think we have one more question. I know we have about 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
So we might move on a little, but the one question we have right now is the one brand kit that is in the free account. Does it say colors and fonts of your choice for repeat use with that one brand kit that comes with the free account?
Yes, I believe you can choose the colors that you want. But what I don't think it will let you do is say you have your own font that you like. I don't believe that you can upload your own font. So you have to use the fonts available. But I believe that you can choose the colors that you want. But you can also, if you go over to styles here, you can find, they have different like combinations. So say you're in the very early stages and you don't have colors or you don't have any like brand identity, you can find they have like ones already and you can use these. All right. So I am going to, unless we have any more questions, I am going to go back into the presentation. All right, perfect. So just one moment. Whoops. There we go. All right. So like I mentioned, and I actually gave you a quick demo there, you can find if you're not using, if you can't find the image selections in free Canva, they're just not cutting it for you. You can also find high quality images online. I went on to Unsplash. There's also Pexels, Pixabay. There's some of my favorite free stock photo sites. You just may have to search a little to find what you want to use. These are all sort of like photos that photographers and other artists, they take and then allow for free use. You don't have to credit them, but it's very, very nice. If I use free images from these stock photo sites, I like to credit the photographer, and you can just do that in like a little like photo creds in the bottom. So for example, like these are, clearly I'm hungry because I'm into cookies today. These are my searches for cookies. I think this is on Unsplash and this might be on Pexels. So you might have to search a little because these are normal cookies and these are Christmas cookies. So you just might have to like search around to find what you're looking for, because apparently one of these stock photo sites only thinks that cookies is a holiday thing. Also, just note that Unsplash recently partnered with iStock. So they're going to have iStock photos that are sort of scattered throughout, and those cost money. So just be aware when you're using Unsplash. They tell you that they're iStock photos, but if you're not paying attention, you might miss that. So Canva allows for integrations that are great. We already like talked about that a little bit. You can see Pixabay in there, but you can also post your designs to social media right from Canva. Again, it's not my favorite way to post on social media, but it's definitely an option. Like I mentioned before, I recommend scheduling your social out in advance because the frequency with which you post and then the times that you post definitely impact engagement. And there are plenty of free social schedulers out there. Buffer is a good one. And you can schedule for a specific time on a specific day. So you can just download your image from Canva and then create your social media post, and then it'll schedule itself. It will, once you schedule it, it'll post at that time for you. So these, and this, just a reminder, you're going to get this deck in in an email following this presentation, usually in about 2-3 days. These are some shortcuts that I think are awesome to use when you're in Canva. They're definitely things you have to practice, so you don't just know them like off the top of your head, but these are the ones that I think are fantastic. They just speed up the process. So along with like your well-known keyboard shortcuts, like like Control or Command C for copy and Control V for paste and those kind. These are just some that are great when you're using Canva. So if you just press T, it will add a text box. And if you have a text box that has your name in it, but you want your whole name to be in uppercase, then you can hit, it says Command, but it's Command or Control. So just be aware, this is for a Mac, but they're the same. If you see Command, it means Control if you're a Windows user. So Command or Control, Shift K, and then you transform your text all from lowercase to uppercase. If you want to move stuff around, you can click an element, make sure it's selected, and then you can just use the arrows on your keyboard and you can move them either 1 pixel over, or if you hit Shift, you can move them 10 pixels over. If you hit Escape, you can deselect. I'm not going to go through all of these, but these are some great ones. And then there's also a link there when you get this later on that has like a huge thing of different shortcuts. These ones are my favorite, but go nuts. They're definitely all great and they can speed up your designing process for sure. So I know you guys are all excited about creating videos and GIFs on Canva. So along with static images, you're able to do videos and GIFs in Canva, which is great. And videos and GIFs, they do well. They perform well. The algorithms in social media, they like them. So if you can make them, they are a great addition to your social strategy. And it's also easy to take a static design and make it a GIF. If this is if you're like, oh, I don't know about this, static images are great. If you're on social and you're just putting words, just adding a static image is already way, way beyond just doing text posts. So if you are nervous about GIFs, that's okay. But it's not hard. So I'm going to show you how to make it. As for videos, Canva actually has a great video on this. So I'm actually going to let them explain it to you. Let me know if you have issues hearing this.
Rachel, I can't hear it. Maybe turn the volume up on the actual YouTube video.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's all the way up. Let's see. Let's see.
The video
Can you hear
template
it
in the
now?
Videos tab.
Yes, that's
Here,
better.
you can see
Perfect.
all video template types. These videos are 16:9, the standard size for video projects. Use the filters to view by theme or style. Let's create a blank standard video. Once inside the editor, you might notice things look a little different. The page viewer has been changed to work with video. We call this the story view. This black triangle and line is called the playhead. Click and drag it to move forward or rewind through your video. Start by choosing a template from the Templates tab. Zoom in and out by using the slider at the bottom. Lastly, press the play button or hit the spacebar to play a preview of your video. Time to customize our template. Discover an entire library of stock videos in the Elements tab. Search using keywords and filter by video. If you search for videos regularly, customize the object panel by adding a dedicated Videos tab, like this. Drag a video to a scene in the story view to replace
Whoops. Sorry about
an
that.
existing background video. Upload video from your computer or device by going to the Uploads tab. Or add video from your Facebook, Google Drive, or Instagram accounts here. Did you know you can record yourself directly within Canva to add to your design? Choose your camera and microphone, then hit Start Recording. The new recording is added directly to the scene and saved to the Uploads tab so you can find it later. Now you can start inspired with a template, add, upload, and edit your next video project.
All right, so that's really the basics on video. I thought it was a great video. I figured let Canva show you how.
The video.
Oh, and now we've got like a couple minutes left. I'm going to quickly show you how you can make a GIF on your own. So let me pull up there we go. All right, so you guys should be able to see my screen now. So we made this design. It's great. We like it a lot, but we want to make it into a GIF. So what we can do is click on existing elements that are already here and hit animate. And then you can choose the different animations. So what do I like? I like rise. I think it's nice. And then I want to make this. You know what? I want that to rise too. Maybe I want this, and you can see they have different, depending on the options, they have different ones. Maybe I want that to tumble. That's super cute. And I want this to tumble. And maybe I want this to, you know, pan over. And now all of these are moving. And what you can do now is you hit share and then go to download. And then you can just save it as a GIF. And when you save it as a GIF, you hit download, it'll just be a GIF and you can use that on social media. It's super, super easy to take a static image and make it move. So if you have images, maybe you already have a little bit of images in Canva, you can upgrade them by turning them into GIFs. And then, oh, I downloaded the wrong one. Oh, well, I promise you it moves. All right. Do we have any questions about GIFs?
We did have one for
Okay.
videos, and can you add word captions? So can you add closed captions to videos?
Yep.
Great.
Absolutely. Yep, you can.
And then we had another, when you upload your design to your website, are the elements modified in any way?
So they shouldn't be. Again, it probably will depend on your website. I don't want to say for sure, but say you want to make like a header, like a hero image for your website, as long as you have the right dimensions, you should be fine. I've used images that I designed in Canva and then put them on websites. If you have the wrong dimensions, then it might like squish or like spread. So if you're going to put stuff on your website, I would just make sure that you have the right dimensions, and you can create dimension, like you can make a custom size. So if you if I went too fast, you hit create design and then go to custom size, and you can put the width and heights either with pixels, inches, millimeters, or centimeters. So usually if you have a website, you're going to have it in pixels. So as long as you know the dimensions, you should be fine. All right.
And then if anyone missed, I think if anyone wanted to like rewatch this or anything, there is a PowerPoint and link to the video going to be sent to you as well. There was one question, if you could just briefly maybe show where you would go to create a brochure. I think brochures are one of those templates.
Got you.
I don't know that we'll have time to go through the whole creation of a brochure, but maybe if you could show where you'd find that.
Absolutely. So you can go to templates. They also have, you can go to templates, or if you're on your homepage, you can search from the homepage. So it's really whatever you want to do. And then you just type in brochure, but spell it right. And then it'll come up with different brochures. So it has different sizes. You can choose the one that you want. And then you can check out, they have all of these different templates, and you can also create one on your own. So you pick a brochure, and then it has both the inside and the outside in the template. So it'll be double-sided. All right. So we are at the tail end of this. So I am going to wrap it up here. Just one moment. Let me share my presentation just one more time. All right, so that's Canva. I hope that all of you guys have a way better understanding of Canva than you did when you came in. And if you were already a Canva guru, then I hope that I taught you something new that you can use. I am going to pass it over to Cassie to talk briefly about the PadTep program and what we can do to help you out. But before I do that, I'm going to send it over to Garba to wrap it up.
Okay. Do I come in, or Cassie will come in first?
You can come in, yeah. Just you can give them the
okay, yeah. Just a
energy.
quick one. This goes to our wonderful attendees. I did post a 30-second survey about today's webinar. Remember, we at Temple SPDC, we cherish your feedbacks. Even as your feedbacks, it helps us to improve on the services we provide to you guys at a no cost. So kindly take 30 seconds of your time to help us to fill out the survey link, please. I will just go ahead and post it for the second time. For those of you that didn't get it, didn't see it for the first time, I just posted it again. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, we really do. We appreciate the surveys and we use them to improve. I definitely read them. So if you have a moment, please. Not only do they help us improve all of the services that we're able to offer to you guys, but they're also required by your funder.
And then if anyone is interested in PadTep services, this is where we can review your website to give you tips on how to improve it. Interested in reviewing the current social media accounts and interested on how to improve those, or your search engine optimization on your website, we can review those and provide audits on them and then review them with you after we've completed those audits. So if you're interested in that, you can actually use your phone with the camera to just hover over that QR code on the screen, and then there should be a link that pops up for you to sign up for that if you're interested. We can do that. I'll also post a link to the sign up form in case you're interested in it and you're having trouble with the QR code. It is posted there as well. So if you're interested in signing up for that, just let us know.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. If you want to connect with us, this is all of our social media. You can also scan that QR code to sign up for our newsletter, where we will provide all types of information, upcoming webinars, different funding opportunities. I think it's a great newsletter. I might be biased because I make it myself, but great newsletter for all things SBDC. And then that's our main email address and our website. So that is all. Thank you so much for joining us. I really hope that you guys learned something. And I appreciate being able to walk through Canva with you guys. I love Canva. So I hope that you guys got some great information.
Thank you guys, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.